Hello everyone, welcome to the drive-in on this wonderful Monday morning. Yes, it's Monday, it's time to get back into swinging things. I'm pretty sure a lot of you had a wild weekend. I'm not gonna lie, my weekend wasn't too bad. I had some fun over the weekend, had some parties to attend and make appearances to, some going away parties. I know, there's a lot of going away parties these days, and that's what, I guess, the life of being a foreigner in this country, a lot of gyopos and teachers in this country have to go through because they're always in and out quickly, and most of my friends are teachers, so I'm used to it. 13 years of it, I'm used to it. Anyways, this weekend was wild also for Korea because it was a special day on, yesterday was a special day, where they sell and give each other these little cookies, these long rod cookies. I don't want to say the name brand, of course, because you can't say that online or on air, but yes, this is a day where everybody gives each other these cookies. And I didn't get any yesterday, unfortunately, because I was indoors all day doing nothing and recuperating from my Saturday. But also today is the 12th here, but over in the States, it's still the 11th, and it's Veterans Day. So I just want to say happy Veterans Day to everybody in America, North America. We just want to remember all the veterans from back in the day. This is your day, and I just want to say happy Veterans Day again. So right now we have an amazing song for you guys to start our Monday off. This is from the Sex and the City soundtrack, and it's The Bird and the Bee with How Deep Is Your Love, requested by Harry. Once again, that was The Bird and Bee with How Deep Is Your Love from the movie The Sex and the City soundtrack, requested by Harry. Right now I want to tell you guys how to get in contact with us. You can call us at the studio at 02-778-1013. Send us a text at sharp 1013 for a charge of 51, or send us an email at efmdrivein@gmail.com, or you can send us a tweet. That's probably the easiest way everyone gets in contact with us anyways, and that's at efmdrivein. And right now I want to read some Twitter comments for you guys because everybody's so excited to talk about what Mondays are about. And we have one from BFF Walker's Asiatic. She wrote, recuperating from Saturday? Hangover? Ha 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 ha. No. Don't. I hate when people assume that it's a hangover. It wasn't a hangover. It's just a lack of proper rest. That's what I would like to call it. And I needed to drink a lot of water. So think what you want to think. That's what happened on Saturday for me. Anyway, also we have Brian Ju Singapore wrote, may I request Skyfall by Adele, dedicated to you, BFFs, and all tune in now. Thanks. That is a wonderful song, so we'll see if we can set that up for you. If not, we'll have it during the week. Great movie as well. I saw it over last weekend, I believe. Yes, it was a great movie. Also, we have one from Mariko Iguchi. She wrote, good morning, Brian 씨. 지금 듣고 있습니다. Brian 씨 화이팅. 저는 오늘은 하루 일본에서 응원하고 있습니다. So Mariko said that she's listening and tuning in right now, and she'll be listening and cheering for me from Japan. So thank you very much. Also, we have, let's see, BFF. They wrote, good morning, everyone. One request, it had to be you from When Harry Met Sally original soundtrack. Okay, with all that in mind, we'll keep that in mind and see what we can play for you guys. But right now, it is time for the scene of the day. It's time for the scene of the day, and today's scene comes from The Rock. Now, I know a lot of you are talking and thinking about the actor The Rock, the wrestler who became an actor, but no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the 1996 film directed by Michael Bay before he became really famous and huge as a director, filmmaker. And the film was also produced by Sean Connery and Quentin Tarantino, who was uncredited but wrote most of the script. The Rock starred Nicolas Cage as Stanley Goodspeed, a chemical weapons specialist, and Sean Connery as John Mason, a former British intelligence officer who was arrested by the CIA for espionage activities. The FBI needs the assistance of Mason to find a way to break into Alcatraz prison to rescue some hostages, but they have not told him the whole story. So let's take a listen where Goodspeed and Mason discuss the severity of the whole situation. Check it out. Okay. Do you guys see the chemical weapons plot in here? Yes, that's what's going on. Mason has to help Goodspeed break into the prison so that he can disable the chemical missiles to save the city of San Francisco. You know, something interesting about this movie, I just realized, Sean Connery's character Mason, he seems a little bit familiar, doesn't he? Like, the tone, the way he's acting. Did you know that he was a former MI6 agent? In the last, he was last active as an MI6 agent in the 1960s. So obviously he was James Bond, which explains why there were several other James Bond actors for the films, because the original James Bond was in jail for the past 30 years, which means James Bond isn't a real person. That means they're just using his name as an agent name, and I'm just confusing myself even more. But with that said, right now I want to play a song for you guys from the soundtrack, from the rock soundtrack, and this is Frank Sinatra singing Leaving on a Jet Plane. Once again, that was Leaving on a Jet Plane, sung by Frank Sinatra from the rock original soundtrack. It was requested by... Actually, that was the scene of the day. I get confused here. Too much going on. It's Monday. I'm just getting back into swinging things, so don't judge me, y'all. Y'all doing the same thing right now. You're probably at your office thinking you're at the gym, picking up pens, thinking it's a weight. It ain't gonna work that way. Anyway, right now, I just want to tell you what's coming up on today's show. It's Monday, so guess who's going to be in the studio with me? None other than Mr. Mike Jones. And we're going to surprise you guys a little bit. We're going to switch things up here because we don't want to do the typical every Monday's the same thing or every day's the same thing. So today, instead of doing Action Mondays, I know a lot of girls were upset when we said action films are for men only. So I'm going to switch it up and make Romantic Mondays. So Mike over here will talk about his sensitive side and talk about a film that touched his heart as a, I guess, a male with some feminine issues. I don't know if that makes sense. He's outside right now looking at me crying, but yes, we men cry too. Not just you women. Men cry too. And as well, since we're switching up Romantic Mondays, we'll have the women this week talk about some action films, some, pumped up fighting scene movies, whatever, so that we don't make it a segregated thing, or we don't want to discriminate and say action films are just for dudes, chick flicks are just for women. We all like all movies. I love all genres of movies. But right now we have a song request, and the song request is actually one of my favorite songs of all time because it's a musical that I did. And we actually talked about this musical before here in the drive-in, and it's actually from the musical Rent. And this is requested by a young lady named Keiko. And I know we played, I don't know if we played this song specifically before, but this song is a great song. It's called Seasons of Love. And just to recap about the musical, a lot of people who don't know about the musical, it's about musicians and artists in the Lower East Side of Manhattan who are struggling to survive. Yes, they're struggling. They don't have money. They don't have food. A few of them are dealing with drugs, STDs. I mean, it's just a very unexpected musical about these young people's lives in Lower East Side of Manhattan. And it's just really, really touching. You guys have to see it if you get a chance. I know it's not on Broadway right now, but the movie is available to rent, so you guys should go out and definitely check it out. It was nominated for 10 Tony Awards, and it won 4 out of 10. So obviously it was a great musical. So here's a cast of Rent requested by Keiko with Seasons of Love. What an amazing song that made me think about, I think it was a year ago. Yeah, last... I believe October is when we did the musical. It was like a 3-month run. It was really fun. I had so much fun with the cast and everything. And doing the musical actually made us feel like we were the actual characters. And I played Mark Cohen in this musical. And a lot of fun. But right now, I also want to read another Twitter question or a comment. And this is from Agni D. She wrote, "Can't wait. Brian G Music, 7 Ethics, EFM Driving. Today, listeners will learn all about Brian G's romantic life." Whatever. That's what Mr. Mike Jones tweeted, and I retweeted it, but I'm not going to talk about my romantic life because that don't exist. I got no romantic life. Anyway, we have a next song request from a young, I'm not sure if it's male or female, I don't know. The Korean names always confuse me, but Deo. They requested Crying Nuts, 좋지 아니한가 from the film with the same name that was released in 2007, and this was actually requested on Friday over the phone. So finally, Deo, if you're listening right now, you're a dude, of course. So if you're listening right now, we're going to play the song for you. This is Crying Nut with 좋지 아니한가. Check it out. Yes, it's time for Romantic Monday.
It's smoochy Monday is what it is, Brian.
Yeah, but the smoochy is not going to happen between me and Mike.
Nope.
We're going to talk about movies that
There's a healthy
smoochy
distance between us, but we're going to talk about movies that guys and girls can go to and smooch through, etc., etc.
Exactly.
Yes. I guess you can't go to this because it's not in the theaters anymore.
This movie that you brought,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of the rom-coms, though, it's easier to actually watch them at home anyway, because what's better than having the privacy of your own home to watch a romantic movie?
That's right. You can get a nice quilt and like cuddle up together and do that.
Aww.
Oh,
and the weather's perfect for it right now.
Exactly.
Weather's so perfect for it.
So wonderful.
Yes.
Hey, happy stick with chocolate on it day.
You got it. Or
Mamamo
PPR.
Day.
PPR Day.
PPR Day. I have a story. I wanted to tell the story. I have a story. Like Easter has the Easter Bunny. Christmas has Christmas man. Christmas has Santa Claus.
Yes, old little Saint Nick. Yes.
Right. And so PP Day has. I have a story that I made up about the
Day sounds funny. PPR Day.
The PPR chicken.
Yes.
But I'll tell it another time because it really you can't tell it if I have to say PPR every time. So.
There's an actual chicken?
No, I made it up. Oh. Yes, it's chicken that wears New Balance.
You should sell that to the PPR companies.
I want to.
Maybe you get a commercial on that.
I've got a full story. I actually told the story yesterday in front of a group of people, and
you liked it?
It was very good. Yep.
You should tweet it later. It's gonna be a long tweet.
It's a long tweet, but
okay.
Thanks, man. I'll
we'll put it on our site later.
The pipiro chicken is a very good thing, and actually yesterday was PPR
Row. PPR Row Day was yesterday. Yes,
was Row Day. But it continues on in my spirit.
Oh,
something like that.
It continues in your spirit. Yeah. So you're the PP Row chicken.
I am the PP Row chicken. That's right. Hey, we got a great movie today, an awesome movie for Smoochy Monday.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the movie? Actually, I already know the answer to this. The movie that I'm talking about today, because I don't want to put you on the spot, is called High Fidelity.
I didn't see this movie.
With John Cusack.
I will see this movie.
This movie is, without a doubt, probably my favorite romance movie ever.
There you have it, y'all.
Yep.
Mike Jones does like romance.
Did you ever see the show About a Boy? This is a
show about a boy?
Yeah, there's a movie called About a Boy.
I know of the movie, but I didn't see either the show or the movie.
Okay, well, that movie's really good, too. The point I guess I'm making is that the author who wrote that book wrote High Fidelity. His name's Nick Hornby. He's actually a really, really famous author, writes really cool kinds of stories. And this story is all about a guy... He's a really, really intelligent man. He owns his own record shop. He's really into the old vinyl. And he owns his own record shop. He's kind of a music snob. And basically, he runs into some serious romantic difficulties.
Okay, so for the ladies and the men who likes romantic comedies out there, who are the high, big-name actors in this film?
The big-name actors? Well, there is the man himself, John Cusack.
Oh, I haven't seen him in a while.
He is one of my favorites. Absolutely awesome, great actor. Also, there's a woman. She's a European actress, and this is, I think, the only movie that she's ever done in English. She's absolutely beautiful. Her name is I'm gonna totally mispronounce this. So if you're listening, hot woman, don't hold it against me. Her name is Ibn Hijeli.
I'm actually looking at the name right now, too.
I have I don't want to...
Ibn Hijeli. Ibn Hijeli.
Very, very attractive lady. And then also Catherine Zeta-Jones is in it.
So I think that's why her last name's what it is right now. We look at it because she's so attractive. People look at her and be like, Ibn Hijeli. That's why I spell that way.
It's prone to drooling guys like
exactly.
You and I. Yes, she's a very attractive woman and a very good actress. And she's in it. And the movie's great. It's basically what happens. He and this Ibn lady, John Cusack and this Ibn lady, they are in a relationship and they go through a massive breakup. And this breakup ranks in John Cusack's top 5 all-time hardest breakups in all his life.
Oh.
And so what it does is it kind of inspires him. He's had these major breakups. He's 30-something years old, and he's not married, and he's like, what is wrong?
Okay.
So he goes back through his top 5 all-time worst breakups, and he meets up with his old girlfriends, and he tries to understand what it is that went wrong and why all these relationships didn't work. And you know what he finds out?
What's he find out?
He finds out that basically he's the problem. Yes,
it sounds like a movie I've seen before, but the other way around. It wasn't about a guy trying to find out why his relationship didn't work. It was a woman trying to find out why she didn't.
That's familiar.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure which one's newer or what's older. But I mean, there's a lot of similar. That's one thing with romantic comedies. There's so many similar storylines.
There are. I was looking on Rotten Tomatoes the other day. I was doing this little research thing on different romances, and they actually rank the movies. They have this certain series. I can't remember the name of the series, but they rank the movies in terms of how realistic they are, how realistic these romances are. And each of them had this category that said, does it have the meddling parents, the humorous older parents who kind of come in and make jokes and add comedy relief to the series?
So there are actual rules to a romantic comedy.
Apparently there are rules, and you could set up a list of different movies, and they would all have these similar features to them.
So it's like a horror movie, because they say in horror movies you can't say "I'll be right back," which means you'll die.
Interesting.
That was in the Scream movies. They used to talk about that.
Well, I'm not going to say that. When we finish today, I'm not going to say I'm going to be all right back. I'll be right back.
Why not?
You never know.
And the next morning, also, I get a phone call from TBS. We got rid of Mike Jones. He doesn't work here anymore.
What exactly do you mean by that?
But right now, we have a song from the movie High Fidelity. And this is one of the actors himself, Jack Black, right? He's in the movie?
He's in the movie?
Yes. And
this was his first movie, actually. This is the movie that actually broke him into stardom. He basically came on the show an virtually unknown actor, and because of his role and his song,
So this must be his first single, then, that means.
I think so, maybe.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, check it out, guys. This is Jack Black with Let's Get It On. Once again, that was Jack Black with Let's Get It On from the High Fidelity original soundtrack. But as the song was going out, I am not convinced that was Jack Black singing
I'm telling you that
it does
Jack
not
Black.
sound like him.
It is. I know that's the thing. That's kind of what made him so, like, wow.
Really?
Because in the movie, he gets on stage. Well, I don't want to ruin it for you, but in the movie, he does get on stage and he sings this song.
Okay.
And like part of the wow is John Cusack's reaction to, like, oh my Lord, because John Cusack and him on the film, their relationship is such this, like, conflict-ridden kind of humorous sort of thing, and suddenly, like, John Cusack basically thinks the guy's kind of a loser.
Okay.
And it turns out that he's an amazing singer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that people can learn something from this movie?
I do. One of the things that people can learn is the art of top 5 conversations.
Oh.
Yes.
For example, give us 2, because we don't want to give them all.
Right. In the movie, like, John Cusack is continually going through things, and he talks about, top 5 all-time breakup movies, top 5 all-time breakup songs, top 5 top 5 blah blah blah, and so that's one of the things that I think is a really good way to generate conversation. For example, let me give you an example here, Brian. I'm going to ask you, what are your top 5 makeout songs?
Top 5 makeout songs.
Yes. See, I promised listeners that we would talk about your romantic life, so I have to at least ask some questions.
I don't think I've actually sat there thought about my top 5 makeout songs.
I got my top number 1.
Okay, what's your number 1?
It's Crash Into Me by Dave Matthews Band.
Okay, is that a faster upbeat rock band song?
Crash Into Me. It's like really like romantic and slow, and it's a good song. I'm
going to say this, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Brian's a softie, but my favorite, I guess, intimate songs, if I'm with a significant other and we want to hold hands and just look into each other's eyes, it's usually Titanic soundtrack.
Nice. Okay,
Yes.
that's fair. That's fair.
Titanic sound. I can't even speak right now. They got me off guard.
You're tearing up. You're tearing up.
Or it's from a movie called Everybody's Fine. Ever see that movie?
Yeah. I've seen that. It's
with Robert De Niro, Sam Rockwell, Drew Barrymore, and
No, I've not seen it. I know the movie though.
It is a very touching movie, but the soundtrack, there's a song in it. It's like just all instrumental, just like an orchestra. And every time I hear it, it just touches me.
Interesting.
Yes, and that's a song I like to play when I want to be romantic.
Loving. Smoochy,
Yes.
smoochy. Hey,
Smoochy.
Another question I've got is, have you ever listened to a song that's actually made you cry?
A few.
Yeah. There are songs out there, and generally they're instrumentals. There's actually a guy, he's a Canadian artist named Colin James, and he's kind of a blues artist, but he did this original song. I can't remember the name of it. He did this original song that's instrumental. I think it's called Blindness. Anyway, listening to it, like, I remember running, and I remember thinking, this is like the most amazing songs. I guess it was the kind of images it conjured up in my mind, but I was like, that was beautiful. I was running, and I was glad no one saw me. But anyhow, I've got another top 5 question for you, another example of something people can learn. What are your top 5 workout songs?
Top 5 workout songs. Right now is actually, I forget the name of the song, but it's Sean Paul, his new single.
Okay.
One of his new singles. It just makes you want to dance. So for me to be hyped up to want to work out, I have to be in that. I want to dance. I want to get up off my feet, move around type music. That song, or there's so many songs that I listen to. That's on a playlist that I have, and it's always different between workout with weights and workout with cardio.
Okay.
Cardio stuff nothing slow can be mixed in.
Yep.
I I think for a weight workout song, I listen to a lot of old school hip hop.
Okay.
Like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre,
Right on. Yep.
Even what's it called, Naughty by Nature.
Yep.
The old school stuff that kind of pumps me up to work out.
I'm a Stevie Wonder Superstition. It's definitely on my playlist.
See, that's the problem with that song. It's a great song, but if I listen to that in the gym, I'd probably lift up a weight and start dancing or something.
That doesn't really help.
Yeah, it kind of makes you want to jive a little bit more than work out.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yes.
About the movie, a couple of other things you can learn is that this movie confirms. A couple of weeks ago, when Lisa was here, I talked about the John Cusack theory.
What is John?
The John Cusack theory simply is this: John Cusack always gets the girl.
Is that true?
Okay, there are some movies that there are, like, it's not a romantic thing, but generally, in a romantic sort of shaped comedy, even 2012, which he did, which wasn't a romantic comedy at all, John Cusack almost always gets the girl. He's a very lucky man.
Well, I recommend a movie for you. It's not a romantic comedy.
Okay.
I don't know if you probably saw it already, but it's called Identity.
Oh,
John Cusack's
great
in it.
movie.
Yes, he doesn't get anyone in that film.
But he sort of does.
He
gets her heart. Like because we can't tell what happens to John Cusack, but if you think about it, he basically got her.
Okay. Fine, you got me. You beat me on that one.
See, that's the thing. You can. There's always an argument for the John Cusack theory.
Okay,
and,
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, it's good. It's
There's
true.
too many theories with actors. There's the Kevin Bacon one.
There's 6 degrees.
6 degrees of Kevin.
That's right.
Everyone's related in a way,
Yep.
all the actors. But since we talked about this movie, we need to know, because I know the listeners are probably wondering what your evaluation is
My
on this
evaluation.
film.
Usually, I give the punch-o-meter. That's my action film thingy. This movie, I get.
There's no punching involved.
No, this is the smooch-o-meter. You know, the smoochy kiss. So
Please don't look at me while you do
no,
it.
sorry, you just kind of got this. Oh
God.
No, the smoochometer is the 5 kiss meter.
Five-kiss
Is
meter,
this
okay.
movie a how's it rank on the smoochometer? And I got to give it a full 5 smoocherinis.
Okay.
So let me do this. Don't look. Oh baby. That's the 5 smooch-o-meter rating. It's a very good film. I really hope that people aren't turning off right now. You should go see the film. It's awesome. Or go rent the film. It's really, really good.
I feel like the smooching meter is very needed for a Monday morning right now. People are probably wondering, like, what's going on Brian's program? Well, I'll just tell you this now. Mike Jones is not Mike Jones today. We'll call him Michelle Jones.
Yes,
today.
Michel, the French movie reviewer with the
Oh my
smooch-o-meter.
gosh. This is the first time I've ever was scared in the studio. So,
I wish I had a camera for that look, Brian. That was
my gosh.
awesome. Like,
yes, it was priceless. My face was probably priceless right now. So right now we're going to actually send you off.
oh,
Thank God you're leaving right now. Perfect timing, too. And this is Katrina and the Waves
Right on.
from the movie soundtrack, right?
Yep,
This
it
from
is.
the movie as well.
You betcha.
Okay, and this is Walking on Sunshine. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Brian. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Mwah. Once again, that was Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves. Yes, that's a fun song. But right now, it's already that time again when, Brian, you have to say goodbye to everybody. But before I go, I'm going to read some Twitter comments, and I think some of the Twitter comments are actually really funny. Sylvie says, Brian, Ju7 Ethics, EFM Driving, you are so funny, laughed and laughed. Well, thank you for thinking we're funny. I almost threw up in the studio. It was disgusting. But thank you for thinking it's funny. Also, we have Mayanne. Wow, Brian, love that song. Whoop, I got sunshine singing in my office. Goody, goody. Well, that's good. But you shouldn't sing out loud in the office. I don't want you to get fired. If you do get fired, you can't blame us here because you're the one dancing, not us. And also, we have one from... I saw a funny one earlier. I forget the name. Oh, Melanie S. She's like, what is even going on right now? So basically, Mike Jones was giving the smoocher-meter evaluation about the movie he brought today. And I don't know why. He had a twinkle in his eyes when he stared at me. I don't know what that even means, Mike. I know it's fall, and in Korea they say fall is a season where guys are very lonely. So... And I'm pretty sure you're not single, so I don't know why you're checking me out. For all you listeners out there, yes, today was a very weird, awkward day. I'm hoping we never have romantic Mondays with Mike ever again. Yes, we'll keep the romance with the women. That's what I'm hoping for, all right? Anyway, right now it's time for the last song, and this was actually a movie from back in the day. Oh, actually, only 2003 with the actors Choi Min-sik, Kang Ye-jung. And this is a great movie. This movie is called Old Boy. And this is the last waltz from the Old Boy soundtrack. But before I go, I just want to say stick around for 113 Main Street with An Jung-hyun. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is Brian Ju signing off. Peace, love, and chicken grease. What?